A famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are.
Hello everybody, Mozzie here to you, and welcome back to the 12 Days of Gaming. In today's episode, we're going to be playing through Tomb Raider 2013, the first game in the recent reboot series. But today, I am not alone, because I'm joined by...
Green Cobras Gaming!
Woo! We're playing Tomb Raider, as if we haven't seen enough Tomb Raider this past year.
I'm not playing Tomb Raider right now. He is, though. I'm not.
Yes, you are. This is the beginning of Tomb Raider 2013 versus.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I'm going to turn on my game now. Turn on my game now. I'm doing it now.
I win!
Sweet.
Alright, so for those of you out there who don't know, this is an origin story for the Tomb Raider series, and while I personally prefer the Legend trilogy, this is still an amazing game, and it's definitely a must-play if you're a Tomb Raider fan. So, while we go through this opening cutscene, why don't we let Green Cobras Gaming talk about his experience with the Tomb Raider series?
Hey, hold on. I'm loading the game. I'm loading the game. Kidding. But yeah, well, I started with, this is my first Tomb Raider game, and it's amazing. And the best Tomb Raider game ever. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm kidding. But anyway, yeah, I also played a little bit of Rise and everything. I don't have Shadow yet, but I'm going to get Shadow eventually. And like I said, I started with the original. I started with Tomb Raider 2013 back a few years ago, and I played that. I just really never grew up with Tomb Raider. I'm like Gator here because I grew up with because I played the real Tomb Raider games.
You say that and you only really beaten one game.
Too fair, yeah. I played a level in Legends, to be fair.
It's interesting because I grew up on Tomb Raider, but only really got into Pokemon recently, and I guess everybody on the game, everybody else on games grew up with Pokemon, and only Brandon has already played Tomb Raider.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm the one that has played Tomb Raider of all the people on here. The on game.
So you're the only one that's still on speaking terms.
Yeah, I'm on speaking terms. That means you guys can put the full commentary of the Smash Brothers my reaction to the final direct. That was probably uploaded like a month or so ago. From whenever this goes up.
Alright, so going back to this game real quick, a lot of the story may seem familiar for those of you who had seen the recent Tomb Raider movie, because the recent Tomb Raider movie is based off of this game. It's not... Yes, it's one of the best movies ever.
No, I said the game's better than the movie.
Oh!
Like, this game's better, like 2013. Well, I mean, the movie's good too, but the game's better.
I love both of them, and I think the movie's one of the best ever.
I mean, the movie's good too, but the game's better, obviously. For multiple reasons.
I agree with that.
Like I'm not the biggest fan having just like the same villains, like how they added in Rise, and then it's the same people in all the as well as the movie as well in Shadow. Just like at least one thing I do like how it's actually it's the same main person that's in the movie and in the game, but it's not like the same organization.
Yeah. We won't really go into too many spoilers for the game's story or the movie. All I'm going to say about the villain while we're on the topic is, personally speaking, I think this game has one of the weakest villains in the Tomb Raider series, but that's just my personal opinion.
Did you hear that? Did that work?
What's more Christmassy than getting impaled by a stick?
Okay.
Alright, turn that off.
I know. I just want to do that for
Turn that off, Brandon. It's not Christmassy.
I just loaded up where I was at on the game, and I just jumped down a rope and like climbed. not in real life, but in the game.
Pause.
What?
Come in.
What happened? Did your dog came in or something like that?
Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, my sister came into the room for a moment.
This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun for you. Do
Alright.
edit.
Going back in 3, 2, 1.
Go. You know I didn't stop the recording because I can't stop the recording. I mean I can stop it. I can't pause it though.
Don't stop the recording.
I never stopped it.
Okay.
Sorry, it's just I mean it continued the whole time when you were interrupted. So.
Jump cuts, what are you talking about? There is no editing in this video.
No editing like the good fashioned way of the Smash Direct that we did.
Alright. Well, going back to this game for a moment, one thing that I want to give you guys a little bit of a warning on is that this game is a bit more dark than what I usually play on the channel. So, it's Sam rated for a reason. We're not going to be seeing too many bad things in this video. Like, the part where Laura got impaled by a stick is probably the worst they would see in this video. But just keep that in mind.
I thought it's relaxing. I thought it's relaxing like a good hot tub bath. And there's no pain at all.
Yes, getting stabbed in the stomach is so relaxing.
Yeah, yes, especially when you try to pull it out. Like you just have to like,
Okay, you're getting real now.
Oh god, that's fun. That's fun.
And this is the 12 Days of Gaming, where our commentary matches the tone of the game.
Yep, sounds like that.
I do love this game.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Ba 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 ba.
Lara Croft is my one true love.
Yeah, she's my waifu. She's our waifu.
I saw her
Because
first.
apparently she likes to marry multiple people. Even though it's illegal, at least in the United States. But of course, she's British, so it's fine.
I think you're illegal in the United States.
What?
I think you're illegal in the United States.
But I'm American though, so I'm not an immigrant though.
Cobras are not legally allowed to be green.
I'm not allowed to be green, so just builds a wall.
Okay, let's not get political here.
Or build
Alright,
build a
I can never remember what to do with this puzzle.
whatever
There we go.
whatever like snakes can't get through. Whatever.
There we go. That's what we have to do. I think that... Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Like I said a moment ago, this puzzle, I always get really super confused during this one, and I always feel silly.
With puzzle?
The one where you have to move the block in the... move those blocks in the
Amateur.
thing.
Okay. Amateur.
Alright, going back to my experience with this game real quick. I've mentioned this plenty of times before during my Tomb Raider Trilogy Let's Play, but I personally consider those games to be my favorite in the series. Mostly due to nostalgia bias, but also because I think the Legend Trilogy has the best story.
It's totally nostalgia bias.
Yes. That being said, this is my third favorite game in the series, behind Underworld, but above Anniversary. Because I think this game, even though I do think the villain is the weakest in the series, it's still...
Yeah, he's not that. He's pretty weak. Yeah, he's pretty weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, his villain's pretty weak.
Yeah, aside from some story problems I have with the game, this game has a really great story and things like that, and I think the gameplay is one of the strongest in the series. Like look at this. We're running through a crumbling cavern with a bunch of boats everywhere. It's just so epic and awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty... It's a really good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it's like mature game, despite despite being realistic.
Yep.
So it's even
Right,
so it's better because of that.
Right.
Kidding.
Right when you said mature, some guy got squished by a rock.
By what?
Come on. Button mash, button mash.
Butter smash. Hey, you're not playing a button mashing game. It's not like The Force Unleashed.
Funny thing about that, The Force Unleashed is actually one of the games that's in the 12 Days of Gaming this year.
What do you say?
The Force Unleashed is one of the games that I played during the 12 Days of Gaming this year.
Nice. That's awesome. So it matches.
Yay!
Hooray hooray! Hooray for
Yeah.
consistency.
And we escaped this scary demon cavern of death. That means we can have a happy ending and leave the island forever, right? No, that's not how the story goes.
Nope. Nope, you get stuck on there forever. What?
I was doing the Twilight Zone theme.
Okay. Okay, why?
This is such a pretty game!
You say that about almost every game we play.
Every game is pretty except sneaking.
Okay. So you're saying Sonic 06 is pretty? Well, I guess the cutscenes are pretty in that game. I mean, to be fair, though, cutscenes are pretty, like, good looking, even though the game's really buggy and plays bad, and it being like live action in a Sonic game is really weird, especially like Dr. Eggman looks really weird. Like, oh god, that game's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like, the only good thing I can say about it is the cutscenes look pretty, I guess. Even for its time, like the cutscenes look pretty, but everything else just sucks.
Alright, what game do you think has the best art style and graphics and stuff?
Best art style and graphics. It's like it's like I mean, actually, for its time, it looked pretty good, but I don't know what the best looking graphics are. I mean, I guess I don't know. What do you think?
If we're only talking about realistic things, then definitely the Reboot Tomb Raider games. Like, this game does look pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell it's a little bit like the game's a few years old though. You can tell though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
Like, mainly during the cutscenes.
That's the point I was going to make, was that I think that realistic games age worse than stylized ones.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Wind Waker.
Maybe
You look at Wind Waker, and that aged pretty well,
Oh.
graphically.
Yeah.
And then you look at Twilight Princess, which, I mean, Twilight Princess looks good too, but like, Wind Waker ages graphically better because, you know, it's, I think, just the type of game it is, being like cartoony and everything.
Yeah. I think Breath of the Wild probably has my favorite art style in any game I've ever played. But Xenoblade Chronicles is also pretty close to that as well. So it's always a toss up between those ones.
Yeah, I know. There's like, you know, during the PS2, like Sly Cooper graphically looked pretty good, especially for its time, and it still looks pretty good when you're playing. I mean, you know, it's a pretty old game, but like graphically, it looks like, for being a PS2 game, it looks really good. Sly Cooper does, like the series, as well as like a lot of the big three PS2 classics look pretty good.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is another pretty good PS2 looking
Oh
game.
yeah, I know. The first Jack and Daxter looks pretty good. The second one, not so well, because it's just a different type of game, different like theme and everything. Cause the second game completely changed the formula of the series, and the third one kind of kept it. But the third one looks better because it was like a year later, and look, actually, they fixed some of the like graphically, they fixed some of the stuff in 3, but 1 is just a different type of game and everything, so it looks really, like, Jak 1 holds up pretty well graphically, while Jak 2 not so much, but still looks pretty good though, and Jak 3 is better than Jak 2 graphically.
But no game will ever look better than the original Tomb Raider. Who can forget the
Oh
triangle?
god, that isn't even. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I just had to say that.
The original Tomb Raider doesn't even hold up that well at all. Like,
yeah, it doesn't.
Especially graphically, it does not.
It doesn't. Like, if you've seen my Tomb Raider anniversary videos, you know that there's one part in Egypt where I talked about the Sphinx in the original game. It has the derpiest face in the original. It's amazing.
Like, yeah, just like. And then you play like Spyro looks good. The original Spyro.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah, Spyro still looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell like how you can tell it's really old game, but it still looks really good. Right, and I think part of just the art style of it and everything, and it was really good for its time too. So,
one of my favorite lines of dialogue in Spyro is when you rescue the dragon in the Blowhard level. He's all like, "Thanks for releasing me, Spyro. You have no idea how long I've been trapped in Crystal, and neither do I. Who are you again?"
Oh God, he's nasty narc. Ugly, that does it. Turns everyone to stone but Spyro somehow.
Looks like I've got some things to do.
Yeah. God, oh man, I hope they release the remastered on Switch. That'd be totally amazing.
I have no doubt they're gonna do it someday. Maybe not. Maybe late 2019, but it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, hopefully, and hopefully for Smash Brothers Ultimate, as well as Crash and Sora.
Yep.
And that's it.
But Lara
And Lara
Croft has
Croft.
to be in Smash
And
Brothers.
Lara Croft. That would be pretty amazing if they did that. Highly doubt it, but it would be amazing.
There's a Twitter page that I saw that's pretty much dedicated only to trying to get people convinced that Lara Croft should be in Smash Brothers, and I fully support it. And like, it would just be so cool. Like, I see a lot of people saying it can't happen because he has realistic weapons, but Snake is also in the game. So
Yeah, I mean, Snake's in the game. Well, yeah. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, Snake's in the game. So, yeah.
Sakurai, if you're watching this, please make Lara Croft in Smash Brothers.
And watch us, he doesn't even know who Lara Croft is. That'd be pretty funny if, like, we want Lara Croft medals. And she's like, here's Lara Croft. Just because, yeah.
She's the love of my life, that's who.
Yeah. There she is. So make it in Smash Brothers. Have the bow and arrow as a weapon.
We're gonna make our own Smash Brothers with Lara Croft.
No, have the different versions of Lara Croft as a game, fighting each other.
Like make a Smash Brothers game where the only characters are Lara Croft's different versions,
Including the movie versions.
Yeah.
So, like, both movie versions, too.
If that did happen, the Legend version would definitely beat everybody else because he uses Excalibur.
You're biased. You're biased. You're totally biased. Because of nostalgia goggles. So, yeah. So, shut up.
Never. This is my own video. I can be as biased as I want.
Okay. If you get a copyright strike, oh well.
What was it?
So, if you get a copyright strike, oh well.
Oh! You wouldn't.
Kidding. And like YouTube copyrights it with just me saying that.
YouTube copyrights it because you're in the video.
No, God. No, YouTube copyrights it because we're making fun of it, fun of YouTube, of the copyright thing.
Yep. Alright, the cutscene is going to be ending pretty soon, so I guess now is probably a good time to wrap up this video. So, thank you all so much for watching this episode of the 12 Days of Gaming. I've been Lady Garrett to you, and he is...
Green Cobras Gaming.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've been Green Cobras Gaming, and we're out.
If you want... And speaking of Tomb Raider Let's Plays, I'll also have a link to my Tomb Raider Trilogy Let's Play on screen right now for you to enjoy. And one last thing before we end off this video, if you want to see a Let's Play of Tomb Raider 2013, please let me know in the comments below, as per usual. I've been Lady Garrett to you, and we're out. Wah!
Wah! Or versus. That was fun.